today. One day, Adrian and Akane would be going to the mall after a day of training. These two are much stronger than their original selves. So when they walk into the mall, Adrian says that he has to go to a certain clothing shop to get his clothes because he doesn't really like any of the fancy ones. Akane says, fine, I'm going. As he jumps throughout the mall going, As he finds the shop and opens in saying, hey old man, I'm back. He goes, Adrian, you've brought my money? He goes, yep, here you go. And I'd like another batch of the weighted clothing, but with 100,000 kilos on it this time. He goes, kid, that's not possible. The maximum is about 1,000 kilos here. He goes, as he falls to the ground and can barely walk with his wristband, with his 50-kilo wristband. His wristbands are 25 kilos each. His shoes are about 100 kilos each. His socks are like 10 kilos. And his shirt is 100 kilos. He's got an insanely high amount. As he can walk around, finally going, this is better. And he says, thanks, old man. As he jumps away, going, as he says, Akane, as she's going on a shopping spree. He goes, whoa, you can't buy all that. She says, I know, yes I can, you're paying. He goes, I can't pay for this, I'm poor, you know this. He goes, oh well, you'll just use your remaining pocket money. He goes, as he scratches his head saying, here, as he pays for it saying, I'm going now. I have training to do. As he's training going, as he's sweating so much, as he goes, not enough. As he throws punches, kicks. As Mrs. Ryuki comes out and says, Adrian, honey, we have a brand new surprise for you and Akane. We have a brand new robot that our designers have created. It boosts your power and it's a sparring partner, so you two don't need to fight each other and get hurt every day. Even though you still will get hurt by this robot. As Adrian goes, that's a pretty... He looks at it going, not very a smart idea. She goes, what do you mean? He says, my power's fire. Blue fire. The hottest type of fire. That's a metal robot. I can just melt it. She goes, try to. He goes, tactical nuke incoming! And just launches a humongous blast. The robot tanks it, going, and shoots a claw punch, which Mrs. Ryuki jumps in front and just flicks it back as the robot's hand almost blows off. It regenerates his arm and then it's time. He goes, as he's getting back to training, going, Detroit Smasher! As 3 months later, since that was in the middle, his training has gotten so good that he mastered his form now. He's mastered the Fire Whirlwind form. As he's changed it now. It is still a fire tornado, so he can land all of his attacks. But he says that the tornado doesn't really suit him. So he decides to get rid of the tornado by mastering it and making it so his hair just flows up. Not in a color, his whole body just glows. A blue color. A blue and black color. What? Fine. I said fine. Alright guys, let's get back into this. He would say, I'm really getting annoyed. As winter training is finally over, they head to Aoyota Private Academy. With their newly found strength, Adrian is finally stronger than Akane in his base form, surpassing her with his full power. And he's weighted when he's fighting her. When he's not weighted, he's 10 times stronger than her. Oh god. I don't know why I'm doing this. The first day, I'm not really going to care about the school. But they are rising through the ranks until they finally reach. Okay, no. When they first walk in, Adrian goes, well, new school, new year. As they're walking down the hall, Adrian actually bumps into someone going down. As he falls down, saying, hey, I'm sorry. Instantly, when he's about to turn his head is smashed down by a punch. But he easily dodged it. And it's a man in clothing, and like an army clothing, saying, don't touch the princess. You will be executed for bumping into her. The girl says, leave them alone. It was my fault, I wasn't paying attention. He goes, sorry ma'am. He goes, She puts out her hand and he pulls up. She says, sorry about that. Hi, I think you must be the new school attendant. Adrian Kadoku and Akane Ryuki? They go, yep. She says, well, I'm Princess Mia. Nice to meet you guys. Adrian goes, nice to meet you. Akane goes, yeah, nice to meet you. He says, are you guys perhaps interested in the tournament? Adrian says, what do you mean? He says, in about next year, in the summer, we're going to have a special event to represent our schools. You two have the top two high tiers from each schools will be in a tournament. It will be a 2-on-2 and a match in a giant stadium with millions of people watching you from home and from the outside. And you guys need to train. Our school has a record of losing because we're pretty much weak now. Most of my teammates are scared to be next to me. And also my guards basically ruin the entire thing. They always tackle the enemies all the time. Isn't that a good thing? He goes, no, it's against the rules. He goes, oof. He goes, well, that's the reason why, and I'm looking for someone to take over my place so I can become the ace. And all my allies that I ever had, my guards also tackle. Agent says, dang, your guards must be mean. He goes, I know, today I'm going to ask my dad if I don't need them anymore. My dad always says, no, you must have them. But I'm going to say that I don't want them anymore. They go, okay, and the first day of school goes pretty normal. And that's it for this episode of Blue Cream.